Today I'm going to talk about liver cancer. So have you ever wondered about how your liver works and what it is, what's the functions, and how important it is to your body? Well, most of the people think that the liver is not as important as the heart and the brain. So can they be wrong? So let's find out. So knowing about your liver, like how your liver works, and what that for your liver can help you prevent liver cancer. So I did my research. I get my sources on the internet, databases, and my aunt, she's a nurse, so I actually sit her down at home and then ask her questions. So I spent quite an amount of time with her. I asked her about who get it, how the liver works, and any information regarding the liver. So liver cancer is being less concerned in USA because not too many Americans got this disease compared to Asians. But there are still Americans out there that get this disease, so you don't want to be one of them. So let's start with the basic information of the liver. So according to the Mama's Health website, the liver has the reddish brown color. Its weight about 3 pounds and is located right here at your right abdomen. And in the liver has the blood vessels and hepatic cells. And what are those? Hepatic cells are the basic metabolic cells of the liver. So since I talked about the basic information, let's move on to the liver functions. So according to the British Liver website, there are many functions. And your liver processes digested foods in the intestine. It fights infections, breaking down energies and making enzymes for chemical reactions taking place in the body. And there are two important functions of your liver. The first important information of your liver is producing quick energies. So when you eat something, you obtain carbohydrates from the food that you eat. And the carbohydrates got break down into glucose. And then your liver will convert the glucose into something called glycogen, and it stores the glycogen. And the glycogen also gets stored in the muscle as well, beside the liver. So in such emergency case, your liver will convert the glycogen back into the glucose for the body to use. That's the first important functions. The second one is fighting infections. So if your liver is damaged, then the ability to fight infections will be impaired. So far we discussed about the basic information of the liver, the functions, and the two important functions of the liver. So it is time to move on to how your liver get hurt, like what harmful to your liver, and in this case, it's liver cancer. So there are many stages to liver cancer. So right here is first stage, second stage, and the third stage. Okay. So before I did my research and talked to my aunt about liver cancer, I thought that hepatitis A, B, and C, those three are the 3 stages, but they're not really. The hepatitis A, B, and C, they are viruses. Okay. And according to the smoldering epidemic article from Harvard Health Letter, a person that infected with the C does not have to get the A and the B in advance like before. So it's not in an order. Okay? So you can get either A, B, or C. You can get the C maybe the first time. But the C is the more dangerous because if you get the C, you are more likely to develop to cirrhosis. Okay? So there are causes to it. For hepatitis, you can get hepatitis from, especially through by blood. If you if you socialize with a person with the hepatitis C, you shake their hand, you're not gonna get the viruses. But if you get a cut and they get a cut on the finger, and somehow you get your blood get contact with that person's blood, then you have a lot of chances to get the virus from them. And also, another thing is that if you drink a lot, okay, so stay away from alcohol. If you drink, hepatitis, what does hepatitis mean? Hepatitis is the inflammation of the liver. So if let's say a person that infected with hepatitis C, so your liver is already inflamed. So if you drink the same amount of the alcohol compared to the normal person, then you have more chances to get cirrhosis, which can lead to liver cancer later. That's probably, and liver cancer is fatal. It can kill you. Okay. So since I'm not like a doctor or any expert on this topic, my purpose, the purpose of my speech is to inform and to give advices to my audiences. So at the end of my speech, I expect my audiences to learn about the basic information, the functions, and the just information about liver cancer, the stages, how liver cancer develop, and just basic preventions like staying from alcohol and contaminated food. Like, it does not require my audiences to know a lot, like to spend years on it, like on the subject. So like you can tell, whether the food is contaminated, or you don't need to know like how the alcohol make the inflammation worse. All you need to know is like it's make things worse. Just know it and just stay away from it. That's very basic and everyone can do it. So so in the end, I know that there are cures, there are treatments out there, but the best thing is to identify the early stage and stay away from alcohol and contaminated food. That's like the best way that you can help yourself, because and do not depend on the drugs. If you just depend on the drugs, you say that treatments and cures, you just take medicines and you just like drink like crazy and do whatever you want, then that's not gonna work. In the end, I just want you guys to know about it. It's fatal, not in the early stage, but it's fatal when you reach the liver cancer. You're mostly gonna die. So that's my presentation on liver cancer. I hope you guys learn something about it, and that's it.